my scrappy friends, this is Hannah, and I am sharing a old Get It Scrapped layout that I had made when I was on Get It Scrapped, and Get It Scrapped was up and running. I have quite a few layouts and videos that are really old that I had just never got up, so I thought that I would share this with you. I thought you guys would like to see this process. It's really pretty. This was one of my favorite layouts that I did for Get It Scrapped. So for each month of Get It Scrapped, we had a challenge basically that we had to do, and multiple of us had to work on a challenge, so more than one of us would do it. So it's just a way to interpret how the challenge is. And the month that this was, I think it's for July or August, it was cut it up. So I decided to create a cut file, and I used my sketch pen. It's kind of hard to see on this video, but it is ladybugs. So I took some ladybugs. I actually think what I did was I took the ladybug picture, and I blew it up and I drew it, and then I put that in my iPad with my Procreate and created a file, basically a PNG file. So what I'm doing is I'm going to be putting this paper on that really pretty pattern from Maggie Holmes. And I did cut the very top. I cut around the loops so that you get that scalloped look. And I cut around the ladybugs. It's kind of hard to see, like I said, exactly what that is. But that's what I'm doing. And I'm going to have that go on my photo a little bit. There is going to be some extra space, so I had to just kind of work around it and make sure I added a ton of stuff. And you will see in my the pictures that I was able to do that. Unfortunately, I don't have all the footage for this, but it is quite a bit of it. So I thought that just sharing this would be fun, and so, especially since I don't have as many videos posted as I would like. So, yeah. This is a photo of my daughter, Kaden. She was wearing one of her nicer outfits. Every year, like for Easter and Christmas and stuff, we get nicer outfits. And so she was wearing it outside. It was in the springtime, and in the spring, early summer, we have a tree that has tons of ladybugs on it, and she had found a whole bunch of baby ladybugs, and so she was playing with them, and she had it on her hand. And so I took out my nice camera and took some pictures, and this was just really fun. So this is going to be a double page. I don't know if I remember saying that or not, but yeah. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to find things to put in those little spots where I know that the pattern paper where I cut around the ladybugs, so that they would fit next to and kind of have the paper tucked over the photo, if that makes sense. I feel like I'm explaining something really weird, and I'm using my hand, so it must be really funny. Anyway, down at the bottom I have that gold doily, and I'm going to use that too. And there is a butterfly, not butterflies, ladybugs. Ladybugs, that's what we're talking about here. So ladybugs are down at the bottom too. And so I'm going to put these flowers. I think those were one canoe too. I cut them out of a pattern paper. I think I used the smaller pattern paper, if I remember correctly. Of course, this is from a couple years ago, not quite 2 years now. So it being in the springtime that I did this. I want to say it was probably June. So I will have added, when this all gets done and you see the close-ups, I added a lot of stuff. I did a lot of layering with those flowers, with other things. I cut out a ton of the bugs from the one canoe too, because they had that paper line that had the bugs. They weren't ladybugs, but they were bugs. And so I cut a lot of those out and I used those on here, and it just was really fun to like make a really playful and fun layout, but that was really pretty. So I felt like with cutting out the papers and then cutting, using my cut file silhouette and using the sketch pen and then cutting around those, I felt like that really was a way to interpret that challenge of cutting it up. Like, what do you do to cut it up, right? So there's a lot of different ways that I think you could interpret this challenge, but it was just how I decided to do it. So I'm looking for stuff that I can tuck in there, because if you notice on that right-hand side of that photo at the top, I still have a little bit of space. So I want to find some stuff to put in there and tuck in, kind of looking for flowers and looking for any kind of bug stuff, ephemera that I can put in there, and find colors that match. I mean, that's the nice thing about using like a collection or a company that has similar colors throughout their different things. Like crepe paper, it has a lot of similar colors. So as you can see, I have like that butterfly from the crepe paper, even though that's not one canoe too. And so now I'm going to work on this side. Now on this one, I don't have my original, like how I did the other part of the media, but I just took water, the sprays from Shimmers. So those are like the water sprays, and did like colors. I don't know where that footage is. I wish I had it. And then I took a charcoal pencil. So I have a couple of charcoal pencils, and I just drew those flowers on there with it, which means that you do have to be careful, because when you use charcoal pencils like that, they will smudge and come off, unless you put like a sealant spray on it, which I did not do. Of course I didn't do that, but it looks really, really pretty and striking. And I also, on that one, I also had the ladybugs as well. So those are going to be on there, and I'm going to take those 3 photos that have the ladybugs crawling on her hand near the tree. I layered those, and then I'm going to put pattern paper around it. And I also add a ton of other papers and stuff, and I cut out around that white pattern paper, but I also use that piece that I cut out from the top of the other paper to add to the side of this one paper, as you can see. So I use that over there too, and that's one way that you can just connect the two together. So I added a lot of stuff. The name of this I use in gold. I also took just my watercolors and made a title that says Ladybug Adventures. So really super fun. I loved how this turned out. So I'm surprised I never showed this, probably because I couldn't find all the footage. But it just turned out really, really pretty, and it's one of those layouts that was just really fun to take the photos just in general, and then to just be really creative with it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I also used some gold, Heidi Swap Gold Color Shine, which I don't use very often, but I use some of that on this one as well. I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope you guys have fun creating. I will see you guys later. Bye.